don't know you. We don't know you. I can't fuck with you. I can't fuck with you. You might be the police. We can't fuck with you. I can't fuck with you.
Alright, I tried to not address this, but the more and more information comes out, the more I can't avoid it. I have to address it because I don't want my credibility affected. Because if people think you're being one-sided, or, you know, they'll start thinking you're unfair, and so I have to address this. Like, I had no idea that Andrew is allegedly 15 years old. Like, 15. I just saw that on somebody's show. Originally, when this stuff happened, I was on Sharrell's side, because why would she lie? So I had already knew what I was going to say in my review with Up and Adam. I was going to start off like, you don't know him from Adam. Stupid joke. Anyway, let's get to it. Alright, so I know I should not jump to conclusions and thinking that a person is a certain way, like a person is, you know, you want to believe like people are, you want to believe that people are good. You want to believe certain things, but like, I know that I need to stop jumping to conclusions like that. Like the thing is, I never make the same mistake twice. I make that shit like 9 or 10 times. So, but this normally happens with dudes. That's like one of my flaws, but I'm working on it. That's what's I'm working on it. Okay, allegedly, people are saying that she doesn't pay people to be continually on her show, like regularly. And then Andrew, this whole thing comes out that he wasn't getting any compensation either. And then it's starting to look like that this is not good. This is like using people, which is pretty bad. So, especially when you're in a much better place than someone, or when you're older than them, or then it's starting to look like not a good thing. It's especially if it's a pattern, then it's starting to look like it's like, if Andrew is feeding these stories to her allegedly, and people are on her show, they're giving their opinion. She's just asking them, they're giving their opinion. This is all the work right there, right? Like, what else? I mean, like, and they're not getting compensated. So, what is she doing? You know, I'm just seeing like, this is starting to not seem right here. And when she went in on Adam saying that he stole the story, and he sold it, the story that she got from Andrew, and she was upset about it because he sold it. You know, she claimed he made money from it. But the thing is, you got the story from Andrew. If you would have sold the story and got money, would Andrew have gotten anything? Considering he hasn't gotten anything this far, allegedly, right? So, would he have gotten a cut of it? And so, when I look back and think about some of the other things and issues and complaints that people were making, and that she was saying how she should have made people sign non-disclosure agreements, and this was one of her goals, but you have to be paying people in order for them to sign that, because like with the law won't allow you to expect something from someone when you're not giving them anything. And in real life, it shouldn't be that way either. So we have to make sure we're not doing that to people, because that's pretty fucked up. It's not right at all. So yes, the law won't allow you to demand silence, demand anything from someone when you're not giving them anything. That's the problem with that. Okay, and I'm not sure if that's where that went wrong, but if you're not paying people, you cannot expect anything from them. And when she's saying a non-disclosure agreement, I think what she is referring to is a non-compete So, like, seeing, I won't compete with you once I leave here, because that's most of the time in non-disclosure agreements. And when she was saying this, she was referring to Up and Adam, because he went and started his own channel after he left her platform. And she's upset about this. She's visibly upset about this. But the thing is, like, what are you expecting, that you don't think that people want something for themselves? Like, do you think that people are just here to make sure that you are straight like 9:15? Like, this is not, I'm not trying to go hard. I'm just saying, like, that's not right. That's not right at all. Like, everybody wants something for themselves. Everyone has something that they want. And if you're not, if we're not operating with that in mind, then we're being selfish and we're being unfair to people, and we probably need to change our ways, because and there's also the issue of, if you're out here, you're putting yourself out here, you know, and he doesn't know this if he's a child, but as an adult, we know this because we know more than kids, because we have experience with a lot of things. If you're putting yourself out here, then you're opening yourself up to all types of bullshit to happen. Like, as far as people talking shit about you, as far as getting comments, all types of things that, you know, unwanted things, but you're not getting compensated. But you got to deal with the bullshit. And you're putting work in, you're putting time in. I just don't see how this was supposed to be a fair arrangement. Like, what was supposed to be in it for him? I just think we have to make sure we're not doing people wrong. Like, if you've ever been in a relationship where the person just expects everything from you and they don't want to give anything, you're like, wait, what the fuck do you think this is? What do you think this is? Like, what do you think I want from this? Or what do you think is your role? Or what do you think I expect of you? Because everyone is out here in the world trying to get their needs met, regardless of what they are. And to just want your needs met and not meet someone else's, is just, people are not trying to be inappropriate or not respectful of the fact that he is a child, but it's just like, you're going to talk about shit that happened, and you're not going to have that filter constantly trying to check what you say or do, because who does that? Like, who? You can't introduce certain things, because the thing is, when you step into the ring, when you step into cyberspace, like we all know as adults, like I'm saying, you know what you're getting yourself into. You know what you've seen this shit before. You know, you already seen this. You know how it goes. You know what to expect. As a child or as a teenager, you don't. And so when people are coming at Yates like, oh, he did an impersonation of Andrew, but people, another blogger compared him to a fucking psycho serial killer, and has other people comparing him to a psycho serial killer. That has to be a whole lot worse than an impersonation for a child. And I'm sure she didn't mean to do it. I'm not coming at her. I'm not coming at anybody. I'm just saying. And, you know, people, the person whose channel I saw this on, he had to apologize for laughing. Like, people don't realize they're being inappropriate. Like, and I don't know if something I said is inappropriate. Because it's like, once someone is in that ring, that cyberspace, it's like you just feel like you don't check, like, you don't be like, let me see your ID. You don't go into all of that. You just automatically discuss it. You think it's fair game. Like, you shouldn't be in the ring if you can't, you know what I'm saying, can't take this. So I just think that, I mean, most comedians probably don't have a filter, I would assume, like, because you're used to you know, the more real you are, the funnier you are, because jokes are real. Jokes are funny usually because they are real. So I would imagine if you're a good comedian, your filter would probably be very small. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not coming at anybody, but I'm just saying. So we have these patterns, or what are seemingly patterns, of not wanting to pay people, of not wanting people to start their own channel, of having someone underage on your channel on a consistent basis, and exposing them to all of the, you know, the bullshit that comes with being in cyberspace, on the internet, on YouTube. So, I mean, and she's always asking, why do people do me wrong? I'm just not so sure that, you know, who's doing who wrong at this point.